Well, that sucked. UFC Vegas 106 just recently wrapped up, or whatever the hell was left of it by the time we got to fight night. The main event was canceled as the fighters were set to walk out. Terrible for the UFC, terrible for the fans, more so than anything else. But I guess it's an Apex card, so it's not like there's fans rioting in the stands for not getting a main event. But with that being said, I'm going to recap the entire card, which ended up going down. There was actually some decent fights on the card. It wasn't like it was just all awful matchups. There were some nice finishes and some decent back and forth battles. So we'll talk about everything that happened. And of course, we'll cap it off with a long rant about the supposed to be main event that didn't come to fruition, which I think was suspect of potential panic attack, maybe, turning around and saying, I'm just good. We'll get into it. We'll talk about it at the end. Let's talk about first fight number one. Ladies went after it here, and this was a badass fight. Elise Ardelean and Rayani Dos Santos threw heat at one another. They brawled for 3 rounds, and Elise Ardelean's a savage. She walked through everything Dos Santos threw at her, and Dos Santos was quick, but like Ardelean's not affected. Throws bigger and better shots. Damn, best 10-7 fighter in the world right now. Holy shit. It was actually like a dope performance that made me think, all right, Elise, like we'll keep you on this roster. Like, it's cool. To be fair, I remember when she was fighting Shauna Bannon, I thought she was better than maybe, the record had her looking like. And then obviously loses to Shauna Bannon. But Shauna was a highly touted prospect at the time. And then the fight after that, fights against Martinez, I believe, Melissa Martinez. Melissa's a good striker, and Ardelean was chasing a bit, and I was like, okay, it's probably wraps for Ardelean. But in this fight, she showed why she had a nice win streak put together outside of the UFC, and a reason that she ended up getting signed to the damn promotion. Yes, what I'm saying is it wasn't all bad for her all of the time. I think that Rayani Dos Santos kind of got exposed in a sense by Ardelean. Like Dos Santos at times just blitzing with the chin up in the air. It was a really fun back and forth fight all rounds. I felt like Ardelean had done enough to pull through. Good performance. I like the striking of Ardelean, just the relentless forward pressure. Landed some bigger shots in round 3, but like Dos Santos is still firing back. It's just every time Ardelean hit Dos Santos, they were like more thudding shots, more oomph on the punches. Then there were some threats, like look at the 6 takedown attempts, but nothing was there. Ardelean's takedown defense game on point. She looked physically strong too, high volume, high output. You know what she showed us, man? She definitely wants to be in the damn UFC. And I respect people that go out there and put it all on the motherfucking line like that. She ate some shots from Dos Santos, wasn't phased, kept coming forward. And she deserves a ton of fucking respect. This was fight of the night too. 50K bonus for both of these ladies. And I know the UFC was probably going into this fight considering this is a chop and block matchup, but Dos Santos was willing to brawl throughout. And if I'm the UFC, I'm like, fuck, man, I'll give her one more. Not saying she's going to have great success, but fuck it. You give the fun fights for the fans, give her one more fight in the UFC. Ardelean, of course, coming off the win, she'll be kept around 10-7 now. I have no idea. Matchmaking, you're asking me to do unranked strawweight. I know somebody's thinking, oh, AJ, you're going to matchmake for her? You make me fly through this. Okay. Okay, bear with me. Elise Ardelean versus, I was going to say Vanessa Demopoulos, but is that too much of a jump up, though? It might be. Polyana Viana, somebody who's taking some else, or some debuting girl. I don't know. I don't know where the UFC is going with her, but if you want to, run it up a bit, you got D-Mop, who hasn't looked good lately. Ardelean coming off a first UFC win. I don't know. Random matchmaking galore here. Let's move up to the next fight. Bolaji versus Michael Aswell. So, pop out the Zin real quick. Bolaji looked like a savage in this fight. Definitely has some, I don't want to say technical flaws because I don't want to come on here and say that he didn't have an impressive win. He did. Michael Aswell's a talented guy. But at times, Oki's head movement, it's not great. Blocking's okay, but he's willing to absorb a lot of shots to then throw his own shots, which is a good style. For sure it works, but it's going to get you caught. And I don't know. I feel like defensively, he can sharpen some things up a tad, but I think it's also based upon a willingness to engage like that, which was successful for him here with Michael Aswell, a guy who's coming up in weight, taking this fight on just days' notice, and actually landing some good counter shots on Bolaji in the fight. Michael Aswell had moments in round one. I thought he was looking good in round one. Then I said, okay, I said it on the stream. Now, round two, I feel like Oki starts to get into his flow and I feel a momentum shift. And sure enough, come round number two, there was definitely a momentum shift. Bolaji was backing Aswell up, hitting him with bigger and better shots. He looked good. He looked good. It was a fun fight. Michael Aswell, gritty, tough, savage, deserves a ton of respect. And I think Aswell also deserves a spot on this roster for sure. I know for a fact the UFC is bringing him back again. They're not just signing him for a one-off fight, taking him to fight in the UFC, coming from, the damn Contender Series battle that he was in and then putting up a good fight on super short notice with Oki. He's a good addition to 145. And bro is young, 24 years of age. I'm sitting here and praising Aswell, but he's a dog, man. And he's got a good future. For sure. I like his potential a lot. And I look forward to Aswell, delivering some fun fights. I think he'll be a fun style for, the lower end of 145. And then who knows in the next 5 years with a 24-year-old. Now, Oki, why I say 5 years? Oki's 29. Oki is good, but he's not this prospect that I'm looking at like, yo, he's making a run right now. I didn't think that with Oki. A lot of times on the damn UFC Apex cards, you're getting prospects on the come up. And I think you get a chance to find out who are the prospects to watch. I'm not saying Oki won't get other wins, but if you look at 29 years of age, how far is he taking it? Is he breaking into a top 20? I lean no. I think he's good, but he's hittable. I actually think Markel Medeiros was going to beat him. And I still stand on that. I think if he was rebooked to fight Markel Medeiros, he would have to really... Man, he would have to chase him down a lot. I guess he could, but I think there's a cleanness to Markel's kickboxing. Oki doesn't have great grappling. I feel like Medeiros can probably defend that level of grappling. All I'm saying is this. Chase Hooper subs Bolaji in round one, okay? We saw Duncan do it, obviously. But where I'm trying to get at is he's not going to make this monumental run as a prospect. I don't think so. Like at 29, it's a look that he would have to already have. But I'm glad he goes out there and performs. Gets a hard-fought win, takes on a tough up-and-coming kid, too, that I think has got maybe a higher ceiling at 145, though, and only being 24 than even Bolaji would have at 155 for sure. I would say Aswell got a higher ceiling, even though, obviously, he lost the fight. I mean, he was smaller naturally and got, 5 years of age, youth factor, I guess you could say. 5 years of age against him, which, when you're in your prime, that's a fucking factor. That's experience, man. I'm looking at Bolaji right now. Hard to say where he goes with the damn Tapology rankings here. Is Bolaji ready for a Trey Ogden? I don't think so. Is he ready for a Jordan Leavitt? I don't think so. Taco Padilla is a damn hard fight for Bolaji. He's getting... I don't know where he's going. He's in a rough spot because really push him towards the bottom tier. Do we do Bolaji versus Mason Jones? Maybe. Rongzhu, Bolaji, that's a cool fight. Something like that. But skill-wise, like I'm just looking up the ranks a little bit, and I'm thinking to myself, damn, bro. Bolaji, imagine we gave Bolaji a fight with Jordan Leavitt right now. I don't like that matchup for him. Kawe Fernandez, I don't like his chances. Taco Padilla. This fucking lightweight is jam-packed with talent, bro. So we'll see what they do with Oki, but I'm looking forward to Aswell with a proper featherweight fight against a guy debuting or a guy 1-0. I think he's going to make some people say, oh, shit. And, yeah, I'm excited for more. Let's keep running up the damn card. Spending 10 minutes talking about that damn fight. Next one, Jordan Leavitt versus Kurt Holobaugh. We just spoke upon or about Jordan Leavitt. Bro, I have to tell you guys genuinely, Jordan Leavitt looked really fucking slick on the ground in this fight. He looked strong as fuck. I think people forgot. Jordan Leavitt is an awkward but really physically strong wrestler who has good jiu-jitsu. They saw the loss to Chase Hooper and wrote him off. Chase Hooper's a fucking jiu-jitsu maestro. Jordan Leavitt's good at jiu-jitsu too, though. And Jordan Leavitt easily subbed up Kurt Holobaugh, who I know is, pretty decent at jiu-jitsu. I'm not going to say elite level or anything like that, but like Jordan Leavitt made that look easy. And Kurt Holobaugh, yes, he's been out wrestled in fights. Like, as you think of recent fights for Kurt Holobaugh, when's the last time he got subbed? I believe, was he only subbed once in his career before this? Yeah. He hasn't been subbed since 2018. Granted, seeing Shane Burgo subbing him, even when I mentioned it on, I think it was Friday or Thursday show, not a great look, but that was years ago. And he's done grappling competitions, and he won the Ultimate Fighter and got a triangle on Austin Hubbard. Jordan Leavitt made that shit look easy as hell. That was a good win for Jordan Leavitt. And I think it puts him in somewhat of an interesting position forthcoming. Because he's young too, man. He even said it's 2.0, no more twerking. I swear to God, bro, his masculinity over this layoff has jumped, man. He's becoming a savage now. He's not doing the twerking shit. I'm down with the worm for him, but I'm done with the twerks for Leavitt. And I'm glad that he's done with him too. Thank God. Leavitt, that's going to push you to the next level because you weren't, I don't want to say you were, it wasn't easy on the eyes, all right? And getting the fans behind you, your style is good. And I like Jordan Leavitt with the worm post-fight celebration. He's got good charisma. He's funny, bro. Jordan Leavitt is a goofy fucking savage. And I like the idea of him fighting like a Rafa Garcia. I like that fight. That would make sense to me. Rafa can box a bit. He can also wrestle a bit. But I'll be real with you. I think Jordan Leavitt is live as fuck to submit him. Rafa Garcia, Jordan Leavitt would be my fight to make next. For Kurt, to be honest, man, I think he could call it. It's tough to say what Kurt's going to want to do because pretty bad performance to go out on. But the argument is, couldn't it get worse, though? Couldn't he end up getting knocked out? At least he got subbed. He got put out, but at least he got subbed. He didn't get chinned. Didn't take a ton of damage. He's lost 2 straight. Bro, this Ultimate Fighter comeback shit, I'm done with it. UFC needs to stop it with the Ultimate Fighter comeback series. Kurt Holobaugh on the Ultimate Fighter, the revival, the comeback, whatever the fuck they call it. And he's fighting prospects versus OGs. 2 and 3 since then. It's rough, man. The comeback shows, it's like, I don't know, they're rough. The Ultimate Fighter in general. I hope this season's better. I feel something good about this season. I'm watching this season, the Ultimate Fighter, man. At least with Kurt Holobaugh, that season, the level is not great. And he's been taking L's lately. And his takedown defense is sus at this point. I remember Kurt Holobaugh back in the day. So kind of crazy to watch him now. He's a savage striker for sure. And on the feet, he's dangerous. But his grappling, I don't know. It's like slowed down over the years a little. I think age is kind of up, man. He's been doing this shit a long time. And Jordan Leavitt's getting better. And of course, it ended up being a rough matchup. Subbed up, round number 1, tight anaconda choke. It was a good performance from Jordan Leavitt, man. I was impressed. Let's keep running. Next fight on the card, Jafel Filho versus Alan Nascimento. This fight turned out to be a crazy-ass back-and-forth fight. What I loved about this fight is the fact that both guys fucking brought it. Jafel Filho, round number 1, looked like contender on the come-up. Oh, shit. I believe it now. Because Nascimento's known as a strong grappler. He's naturally a little larger than Filho. He missed weight, too. And Filho's bullying him in round 1. I'm thinking to myself, damn, okay. I guess Nascimento is not the level of grappler that maybe we thought, or Filho is just a problem. Because, like, I'm starting to imagine him versus guys in the top 15. I'm like, we can make a little bit of a run. Then come round number 2, Filho fumbles the fight. He fumbles the fight, has the back, gets high, gets reversed on the back. Simple, small error. A high-level grappler like Filho, at the end of the day, he was going for a dominant position. But you got to think, in the back of his mind, he's like, fuck. That fucked him bad because he was winning the fight up until that moment. And then Nascimento on top, controlling. Filho can't get up to his feet. It's exploited now. Filho's get-up game is not great. Nascimento dominated remainder of round number 2. After early, Filho looked strong, but he made the ultimate mistake, fumbling the back position, falling over the top, and up side control, bottom mount, submission attempts, and whatnot. Round number 3, Nascimento comes out hard, but Jafel Filho was pretty resistant early. and looked like, oh shit, like Filho's in this fight for sure. Like I thought he was maybe gassed at the end of round 2. You saw him complaining a couple times to the referee, like, yo, he's not doing anything. It's like, dog, he's in side control. What do you think? They're standing it up? I don't understand that. But in round number 3, early in the round, Filho looks good. Big fumble of the position. Nascimento on top. Nascimento does not give up backside body lock control or the back position, any of those positions for the vast majority of the rest of the round. Nascimento ends up finishing the fight strong with good control, even getting a takedown on Filho late, a trip. Finally, getting bullied really in early grappling positions in the fight. He ends up getting an offensive attack himself and not just a counter. Like the way Filho lost this fight is mistakes in small transitional positions. Nascimento capitalized on mistakes. That ability to capitalize on those type of mistakes, though, is high-level jiu-jitsu. Nascimento's good, man. And not a lot of guys are going to easily be stopping the takedown like Filho. Filho gave Mokaev a damn tough fight. The reason I picked Nascimento here, which looking back at it turned out to be a magical call, was because we seen Filho subbed a couple of times and late in the fights have a bit of a fumble. So I thought, okay, Nascimento in round 3 after missing weight is going to look good. And he did. And he won round 3 dominantly. But round 1 looked really bad. You know, he was almost subbed in round 1 by Filho. He was almost choked out a couple of times. He has very good defensive abilities. Almost locked in the freaking ghillie. Look nasty. Look like Brian Ortega and fucking Volk. It was tight. But Nascimento showed calmness in the fight, ability to adapt, and capitalize on big mistakes. So, deserved win for Nascimento for sure. And Filho's got to be kicking himself, man. Small mistakes cost him the biggest fight of his life, because that's absolutely what it was. Now, Nascimento's got to fucking make weight. He said he's going to sit down with his team and decide if they're moving up to 135. I'm going to tell you right now, at 135, those guys are strong, bro. I don't know how I like Nascimento at 135, but if we're talking 115, Joshua Van is my favorite prospect right now. But if you put Joshua Van and Nascimento, I'm sweating a bit for the Van side, because I'm like, yo, Nascimento's strong on the ground. And Van's grappling game, defensively sound for sure, but he hasn't been doing it that long compared to a Nascimento. Am I probably still picking Van? Yeah, I'm a big fan of Joshua Van. He's fighting Bruno Silva. But I'm saying, Nascimento poses threats to a lot of guys. Is it crazy that he subs up an aging Alex Perez, who's in the top 15? Already gave Ulanbekov a very tough fight. Would it be wild if he gave a tough fight to somebody like Aswell Mabayev? Ground skills are really good. I'm interested to see how far he takes it. Matchup-wise, it depends. I think he runs into trouble with guys that can grapple and strike. Like if they did Tatsuru Taira versus Alan Nascimento, I think he gets subbed. I think he'd take an L. But if you give him Steve Erceg, could he pull off some big key takedowns and pull off a win in a 3-round fight? If it's 5, though, I'm going Erceg. You get where I'm coming? And, you know, it's more, he's got top 15 potential. And I really think Filho was one of the hardest matchups for him. So I still think that Nascimento's a skillful guy. I'm not like, oh, he sucks now. Nah, he's pretty good. It's just Filho on paper and in reality, fuck, rough matchup. Nascimento found a way, though. So, W Nascimento, man. What a savage, bro. After missing weight, I was close to pick for. I said, no, stick with your guns. And the Nascimento call turned out to be money. Next fight, Zachary Reese versus Dusko Todorović. This fight started off the main card. If you guys are enjoying, too, hit that like button. If you're new, subscribe. With Zachary Reese in this one, the wrestling worries me, man. He just seems ground and poundable. We've seen it before. And even in round 1, Dusko was landing some big shots from top position. I was worried for Zach Reese, man. Looked bad in round 1. Dusko looked stronger. Threw him around a little bit. Shot the fucking tight ghillie, front headlock position. Held it for a significant amount of time. But Zach Reese still survived the testy first round. Wins the second round looking sharper. Then he's defending takedowns. Kicks are really nice to the body. Pretty slick shots. Even getting back up to his feet in a scrambling position and grappling. So it's like, okay. Like he's not getting controlled by Dusko. Dusko's not getting much ground and pound off. Round 2 was Reese's, and his striking looked clean. He looked fast. Round number 3 comes around, and Dusko was still cracking. To be honest, Dusko had a decent third. Caught Reese with a big right, I believe, and then it caused a cut right in the center of his face here. And I was thinking, damn, bro, like if the judges are scoring off that cut, Could end up going Dushko's way. But if you're scoring it strike for strike, fuck what the physical damage is. Zach Reese outstruck him. Zach Reese outworked him. Landed cleaner shots, more shots, better shots. Defended the takedowns. Looked well even on the inside in the clinch, throwing knees and shit. Zach Reese pulled a deserved win out. Not an easy fight, though. Dushko Todorović made him dig really deep, and me thinking, Reese is susceptible to damage, man. He's really athletic, and I like his stand-up game a lot, and he's fun to watch. Like, I think Zach Reese is good, but 31 years of age, where he's at right now, where do I see him going from here? Because Bukoyev fucked him up on the ground bad. He got fucked up bad, too, with Brundage slamming him. I'm trying to think of these potential opponents. I don't know, man. Like Jacob Malhoun. Let's say he fought that level. I don't love that fight for him. Jacob Malhoun's shorter, but Malhoun can crack a bit and his ground skills are solid. The wrestling of Reese worries me. That's what I'm getting at. Beating Dushko on a competitive decision. Dushko's a dog. He's tough. He throws hard shots. He goes for, dominant positions. But there's times where he looks clunky on the feet, man. And Reese got tested in wrestling and striking by him a bit. So as the, notch of opposition jumps, which at the end of the day, you're in the UFC, you win, it's going to jump. Don't love it for him. I think he could run into some big shots. It'd be interesting, though, like him and Cesar Almeida. A fun matchup. Him and Jacob Malhoun's a scary matchup, to be honest with you, man. Malhoun's grappling strong. I'd like to see that fight, actually. Random-ass matchup that you wouldn't expect. But I think maybe more likely, though, is the Cesar Almeida fight, because that could actually end up being a really entertaining matchup. We'll see. We'll see where he's at, man. Ateba Gautier, the prospect. He's fighting Valentin, but I'm just imagining that fight. Zach Reese versus... nobody up here. I like the matchup that I say. I think that's the right direction. Can you smell what Torres Finney is cooking versus Zach Reese would go crazy? That'd be kind of cool, though. Zach Reese and Torres Finney would be a weird-ass matchup. I can see Finney wrestle fucking him. That'd be crazy. Dushko, he's probably getting his walking papers. Let's keep running up the card, man. But Zach Reese, good W, man. Good W. Hard fought. Ketlen, Vieira, Macy, Chiasson. This was a one-sided, control-based, outworking, outstriking type fight. Late in round 3, Chiasson screams at her, then it just starts unloading some shots. So shout out to Chiasson at the end, coming out like a fucking monsoon. But she got outworked for a lot of this fight. She got controlled on the ground, got taken down, she got outstruck. She made mistakes, though. It was like the takedowns weren't like Ketlen Vieira shooting blast double legs or suplexing her and shit, Chiasson looking for a takedown, fails it, falls to her back. It's like countering with takedowns. So Chiasson definitely got out-muscled a bit. I'm not trying to make excuses for Chiasson's side, but I'll say this, though. Her team was dialed in, cutting her down to 135. Ketlen Vieira's like, yeah, we're not making it. We want to do 145. And then Chiasson's team said yes, but I think she was on weight. She was on weight. Then she had to bulk up. She was 144. Ketlen Vieira didn't cut that weight. She's 146, filled out, strong. I do think the weight made a difference a bit. Not saying it would have totally changed the outcome. Could have been closer, but still Vieira winning. But the strength on the ground, like you could see Chiasson was out-muscled. And I think that 10 pounds is a factor, cutting it down versus not. Because regaining it is not the same as not cutting it, just to say. Just to say, it's not. You already dehydrated your body down. Nonetheless, Ketlen Vieira, a win. At 145, a division that doesn't exist. So they're going down to 135 after. You see my enthusiasm level here? I got a match make for Ketlen Vieira versus who? Who's she fighting? She's number 7. I don't know. Jacqueline Cavalcanti, give her a prospect. I don't know. Eileen Perez, give her that fight. That's fine. Norma Dumonte, give her that fight. Okay, I'm moving on. Next fight on the card, we had striker Dustin Jacoby destroy Bruno Lopes. I don't know where the faith in Bruno. I thought that I really thought he'd be better than that. Holy shit. When he got dropped by a jab, I'm like, damn, he is that overrated Brazilian prospect, isn't he? They were all wrong about him. The Hibero fight was the truth, man. One fucking jab from Jacoby and he's going down. I'm like, what? Last chin? Probably trouble unless he lands some takedowns. And he got fucking destroyed. Rocked again against the cage. Caught with some shots. He's trying to brawl, though. Respect the dog and I'm trying to swing back. But God, it's crumbled against the cage. Caught with a shot and is fucking out. Violent KO in round 1. Easy work by Jacoby, who looked like a fucking savage and maybe in the best shape I've ever seen him in. He's like having this late resurgence or something. What the fuck? Either that or Bruno Lopes really doesn't have durability whatsoever. My God. Like that. One shot. A jab. Stiff jab. Down. I'm like, oh. Jacoby got that weird power, though. There's a pretty big win for Jacoby. Not as far as name value, but the fact that he gets a W that makes it, 2 wins in a row for him. The fact that both of his wins are knockouts against prospects. Gotta give him some fucking respect, man. He's turned up heavy since Dom Reyes put him to sleep. The Menafield fight wasn't great either, man. He's had good moments in his career, though. Dustin Jacoby still got it. I did not think he would have it this much, but respect to him. Jacoby looked good. I remember a few fights, he was, I'm in the best shape ever. And I was like, yeah. I was like, all right. And then he lost. And I'm like, maybe not. But now I'm like, fuck. Maybe he's at his absolute high right now. Maybe he's really just hitting his stride today. He's a fun guy to watch strike. Johnny Walker and Ming Yang Zhang was supposed to be happening, but I don't see it booked now. I think that was fake news. But like, yo, is it crazy? Dustin Jacoby versus a guy like a Johnny Walker or a Ming Yang Zhang? Those are interesting fights. I definitely think that he could get put out in both those fights. Modestas Bukauskas versus Dustin Jacoby isn't crazy at all. Let's see, maybe Modestas Bukauskas, but fuck, bro. The prospect killer, Jacoby, fuck it. We're giving him another prospect, Modestas Bukauskas. I think he could catch Bukauskas, man. Fuck. And I like Bukauskas a lot, but I think Jacoby could outbox him. Jacoby looked good, man. He looked good. Got my respect back. All right. Bruno Lopes. I don't know. The loser of Marcin Prochnio and Jimmy Crute. Or just give him Ivan Erslan. Boom. I don't know how long Bruno Lopes got in the UFC, bro. Maybe the loser of Paul Craig, Adolfo Bellato, something like that. Bruno Lopes got crumbled, man. Damn. Let's keep running. Next fight. Billy Ray Goff, Ramiz Brahimaj. All I got to say is wow. Billy Ray Goff wanted to engage in grappling the whole time. And Brahimaj looks strong as fuck. Ninja choke to the high elbow ghillie against the cage. Wraps. Billy Ray Goff out. Head snaps back and hits the fucking canvas. That's a badass submission win. That's a badass W. Okay, Brahimaj. That was impressive, man. That was a really impressive win for Brahimaj. It's like Billy Ray Goff, he's a good brawler. The fact that he engaged in the grappling, he was so confident to engage in that. Fucking huge mistake, man. Brahimaj was a big underdog, plus 310. Gave a badass speech after. Got to give him some respect. He was supposed to fight Oban Elliott. I wish that fight could still be rebooked and happen, especially now with his win over Billy Ray Goff. That's a bigger fight. But he's fighting Sukyun KO now, Oban Elliott. I think Brahimaj could fight the winner if the UFC wants to keep Oban around, the level before you get to the top. Don't know for sure. Brahimaj putting it together. First win streak proceeding to 2018. He's been trading wins and losses since his first pro loss. Now he's got a 2-fight win streak for himself in 2025. 2 performance bonuses in a row. Oh, shit. Okay, Ramiz Brahimaj. I was impressed. The only fight that really jumps out to me is like, yeah, Oban Elliott and him. But Oban's now fighting against Sukyun KO. That fight's what, June 21st? That Baku card, which is going to be sick. I do think he could still fight the winner. I don't think that's crazy at all. And I'm down for it. We'll see what they end up deciding with them. But damn, Brahimaj. Savage performance. Savage sub. A good scrapper. 26-year-old Savage Billy Ray Goff put out. I'm saying Savage too much. I'm moving on to the next damn fight. Good win for Brahimaj. Oh, and the next fight, it's our main event of the evening. Oh my gosh. What the hell? Mateusz Gamrot versus Ľudovít Klein. Mateusz did exactly what I thought he would do. Chain wrestle the fuck out of Klein, strike a bit with him, threaten with more takedowns, succeed with takedowns. I thought the fight would probably go over 2.5. It was in the Lock City parlay, so of course I thought that. And I thought Gamrot would win a decision, and he did exactly that. He looked good wrestling, consistent takedown threats. First round was dominant. Second round, pretty good too, but Klein had more moments, but Gamrot too relentless with ground and pound, top control. It's like Klein's real moments were in round 3, but even then, Gamrot was winning striking exchanges and taking him down and putting him up against the cage. Mateusz Gamrot chain wrestled the hell out of Ľudovít Klein, beat him up with a bit of ground and pound, threatened with submissions, but never got one, went distance, but put him in compromised spots where he's just having to focus on defending. It was just good dominance from Gamrot. He was doing that, you switch from the waist to the wrist, which is a high-level technique, and he was controlling the wrist really well. I thought Mateusz Gamrot's wrestling, especially in the clinch, too, looked really good. He's a high-caliber gatekeeper, man. Gamrot's solid. And Ľudovít Klein was looking to go from unranked to number 7 in the world. Turned out to be way too crazy of a jump, which I think that isn't a surprise, at least on my front and a lot of people's front. Watch. We weren't that shocked by Gamrot doing that to him. I think Klein kind of underwhelmed a bit. I actually thought Ľudovít Klein would make it more of a dogfight. I thought Ľudovít Klein would defend a little bit more with the takedowns, throw some hard kicks to the body, land some big shots to the head. But he really got fucking bullied for a vast majority of the fight. And it was like, okay, there's levels. And Ľudovít's not there. He's not top 15. Like, imagine him versus Grant Dawson. He'll get fucked up. He'll get subbed probably. Mateusz Gamrot's good, for sure. And he also showed, okay, Ľudovít, that Roosevelt-Roberts fight, I don't know. He didn't look that good. It wasn't a crazy fluke. And now Gamrot gets win. I'm not taking away from Gamrot's win. Don't misunderstand me. I'm just explaining it in terms to you guys and myself on where he's at. Now, for Mateusz Gamrot, he's at the high levels, calls out Benoit Saint-Denis to do it in Paris for a main event. He also mentioned Patty and whatnot, mentioned Dan Hooker. He's not getting those fights. No chance. Yes, please. Him versus BSD, down for it. 5 rounds, maybe a 3-rounder. Main event, maybe the co-main event. But definitely, Mateusz Gamrot versus Benoit Saint-Denis next. I think it jumps out. And it says, yeah, that's the one. Could do, okay, the, Beneil Dariush Moicano winner, especially if it's Moicano, because they haven't fought before. Gamrot's, listen, he's done well, man. He's won 4 out of his last 5 fights. Split decision loss to Dan Hooker. He's definitely in his prime right now. And still looking good. Wrestling's on point. Hard style. A lot of people in the, comments didn't love it. The, most violent style. But effective, man. Effective grappling control. Ground and pound. Dominant position, but really positional dominance. And he's gotten better at dominating the position. For a long time, he had a problem of like over wrestling and scrambling a lot. Now he's gotten to a point where he is neutralizing, at least a Ľudovít Klein level fighter. He's neutralizing them much more so on the ground. And I thought that was really fucking impressive from Gamrot. So good win from Mateusz Gamrot, and a win that I think should put some fucking respect on his name, because I'm impressed by the way he bullied Ľudovít Klein. But I'm also looking at it like, okay, Ľudovít Klein, I was right. Hadn't fought a wrestler. Hadn't fought a Gamrot type of guy. Bro, we've been fighting strikers on strikers on strikers, man. Okay, the best wrestler you fought, Thiago Moises. He's not a good wrestler. He's a good jiu-jitsu, but how good? He's getting chin left and right now. Yeah, Ľudovít Klein's not top 15 material. I don't know even where he stands. He beat Ignacio Bahamondes, but that was in 2023, man. And Bahamondes is young. He can make crazy improvements. Ľudovít Klein. Is it crazy? Ľudovít Klein, Matt Frivola. Ľudovít Klein, Diego Ferreira. Ľudovít Klein, Bobby Green. You really want to give him a big fight, Bobby Green. I think those make sense for him, those type of names. Guys that are good. It would even be fun, Ľudovít Klein, Drew Dober, but Dober's on a 3-fight losing streak. I don't know. But those type of names, fun fights for him, striking fights, hopefully. Guys that, if it's Diego Ferreira, he's got some grappling, but he can box too. I want to see fun fights, man. I want to see some chances of emphatic knockouts on either side. And I think that's what Ľudovít Klein should be matched up with next. It's a striker. Give him a fun striker. Don't force him to fight another wrestler. Let's give him back to strikers. Ľudovít, he's good. Prelim television, fight night cards. You put him on. You give him a striker. He'll give a good show. Maybe he goes out. Maybe he gets chinned by Matt Frivola. Maybe he sleeps him. Maybe he knocks out Drew Dober. Maybe Dober flatlines him. Good entertainment. And I think Ľudovít Klein, he's a good striker, good entertainer. But when there's wrestling on the line, he ain't top caliber, man. Gamrot is, though. Gamrot's definitely legit top 10 for sure. I think he fucks up Michael Chandler if they book them. I mean, if I look at the division, okay, yeah. Is he going to go out there and beat a Justin Gaethje? Probably not. I think Gaethje could catch him, and Gaethje's wrestling defense there. We saw him already lose to Dan Hooker. Those type of levels are tough for him. He'll get caught by guys that can stop some takedowns and also crack on the feet. I think he struggles a bit more, but not a lot of guys are going to be able to deal with that wrestling. Even Money Moicano, that's a hard fight for Money. Money's jiu-jitsu is really good, though, but I think Gamrot will give him trouble with the wrestling. I know he's not going to probably fight his boy Grant Dawson. Well, yeah, Gamrot, Benoit Saint-Denis, easy matchmaking. That's what should be next. Now, you might be thinking, wait, I thought this card was Blanchfield versus Barber. Well, it's time to talk the main event. If you haven't, smash the likes. And if you, there was no main event. The fight got canceled right as they were walking out. Initially, the commentary team reported Macy Barber getting ready to walk out, but then she turned back around and walked back to the locker room. Then after the fact, now she was medically uncleared, even hearing things like she had a seizure. I'm not saying she definitely didn't, but I did find it weird that the commentary described it initially as she's on her walkout, turns around, goes back to the locker room. It just makes me think, Now, they're saying that she had a seizure all on social media, and fucking Blanchfield's not buying it. She's like, yeah, she said she needs to look at another division. She needs to fix her life. She needs to fix herself. I think she's a mess in every aspect of her life. Blanchfield pulling no punches. Blanchfield's a savage, bro. I'm a fan of Blanchfield. You guys know. That was fucking funny. Barber missed weight. She didn't look good at the weigh-in. She was talking mad shit. I'm not saying she definitely didn't have a seizure. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. But it was like, it was selling it hard on commentary after the fact that they had said she turned around and walked back to the locker room. Then it was, no. It was canceled backstage. Medically not cleared. I'm like, when have they done? But what, they're doing medicals right before you walk out? Right before? Don't you do all the medicals beforehand? Like day of the fight? Like earlier? Not like right before you're about to walk out? What are they checking your blood? What do you mean? Or did she fall? She seized out? She have a panic attack? I don't know. I'm all conspiracy theoried up right now. But it's just weird that the commentary proclaimed it as if she was like walking out and then turned around. And then, no, it was a medical issue. Regardless, we treated it as if it was a medical issue. Erin Blanchfield was going to beat her ass. And Erin Blanchfield was a part of the Lock City short notice replacement parlay with the over and the Gamrot fight that hit. And then it was Blanchfield to get the W of the fucking week for you. And it was coming through because the Gustafsson fight got canceled too. It was just not destined for me to win it when it was going to win it. Both of my fighters' opponents pulled out of the fight for the Lock City. It was too powerful this week. I'm telling you guys. That's why it couldn't come to fruition. But it is what it is. Regardless, I think Blanchfield, her versus Barber was going to be a good fight. I really wanted to watch this. But now it's like, I don't know. What are they going to book Blanchfield with, though? Like, you're not going to rebook this Barber fight. There's Natalia Silva. Fucking hard fight for her, but maybe. Alexa Grasso, who's lost 2 in a row. Probably not. Jazz Davicius. It's like really the 3 names. Then they mentioned on commentary, though, Valentina Shevchenko. I'm like, yo, I love Erin Blanchfield. She's a savage. She's one of my favorites in the women's division for sure. But, bro, Natalia Silva, she would deserve the shot more than Erin. Even though I like Erin Blanchfield. She's a savage. I thought she was going to dominate here. If she would have won here, maybe things are different. We'll see what the UFC decides. Definitely think if I'm Valentina, I would favor a fight with Erin Blanchfield. I would favor a fight with a girl more so known for dominant grappling, but that got outstruck by my most recent opponent as opposed to Natalia Silva, who looks like a monster right now. Yeah, I'm pissed off this fight didn't happen, though. I was really excited to see it, man. It ruined the card because it ruined the excitement. It's not, we were building towards a main event, regardless of if you said, oh, well, it's a women's fight. It was a cool main event as far as the women's divisions go. And I was excited to see Blanchfield. She was part of the Lock City. There was excitement for me and at least the community. Seeing it not happen fucking killed the vibe of the card, man. I felt like it ruined the card. It's like it just felt like some incomplete card. It's not a successful event. I think a card was ruined. Now, not saying there wasn't good fights before it, but you can't tell me this wasn't a ruined card without a main event. So Gamrot and Klein closes out the show. No anticipation for it. Brahimaj, Goff, sick fight. Dustin, Jacoby, Lopes, sick fight. Ketlen, Vieira, Chiasson, meh. Reese, Todorović, okay. Filho, Nascimento, very good. It was a solid card. It was solid, but it was ruined at the top without a main event. But there was good fights. If there was a main event capping it off, things are going differently. But, you know, we're building up to the storyline of the main event, and then there just isn't one. So it's an unsuccessful card because of that. But overall, entertainment value of what we did see, of course, there was good fights, per usual. But it's the perceived value of the card beforehand with the name value of the card and the results of the entertainment that draws the fans in. That's the truth of it. That's why Apex cards, I mean, they don't move the needle. They do it at the Apex for a reason because they're not looking to sell the card to a massive audience. UFC knows best, man. Let them do whatever they want. I just, you know, I'm excited for June, okay? Especially with how the main event ended here. We need June. I feel like we're at an all-time low right now. At least the lowest we've been in this modern era. Oh, I feel like May, it just wasn't a needle-moving month. We're not getting the fights that a lot of people wanted to Poirier Makhachev. We're not getting Jones Aswell, or it seems like we're not. Glad we got Duplessis versus Hamzat, and the UFC is going to be better. The all-time low ain't going to last long, but this fucking card here, not great. June is a stacked month of UFC. 316, badass fight nights, 317. It's a can't-miss month. So June is going to make up for all the bullshit this first half of 2025. June is going to be a great year for the UFC, or a great month, I should say, for the year for the UFC. I'm telling you guys, we're going to have some badass cards to watch and break down. I'm staying optimistic, man. Fuck the negativity. This card ruined, absolutely. But June's going to bring some thunder. I hope you guys enjoyed the recap show of what ended up going down, a main eventless card. Smash the like button if you guys haven't. If you're new to the channel, welcome, subscribe. 48,000 savages deep. I'm feeling real good about it. I appreciate you all, man. W to the community. I hope you guys enjoyed the recap. Drop a W in the comments. You got nothing to say. And lunchtime live back, bringing the thunder Monday afternoon to celebrate 48K subs. And then tomorrow, or actually today, it's 1:46 a.m. June 1st. So later today, I will have my full card predictions for UFC 316. So bringing the heat every single day of the week. Keep it locked into the channel. Much love, my people. I'm signing off. Good night and peace out.